Welcome to DJ.
Rufai was saying it, don't blast America and their official wake up about tea to congratulate Sambo. My correct people, we greet una. Welcome una to this our channel. Una not send our bunge updates now we day for. So I beg if una never subscribe to DJM TV, we will bunge story and update this share. Make una not waste more time. Just hurry now, go subscribe to our YouTube channel and also turn on all the notification bells so that anytime we like say we drop any bunge update like this, una will be the first to get information sharply. And also follow us on our Facebook page as CDOs. Oh yeah, make we quickly enter the matter we carry us come. My people, not be small thing though. Rufai was saying of Horizons don't lash America and their officials wey come about it to congratulate them upon a victory as president-elect. According to he talk say America no be sent for election matter. Say dem get their own flawed problems. So say make Naija no reason say dem go plot the way for any nation. Make Naija no wait for Western standard to tell them wetin to do. As country, make Naija stand for themselves, face all these politicians wey don finish their value. Anyway, make I no talk too much. I go leave una now to watch this video and hear wetin im get to talk. Oya now, make una watch the video.
Stop this bastion of democracy cloak we give to America. Is it not the same America? January 6, Donald Trump trying to scuttle election in broad daylight, and we also how the systems put in place failed, but the systems too also did rise up to the challenge, because you had a vice president in Mike Pence that said no, I'll stand up for democracy. So America has its own flawed problems, and it's always had its own problems. I mean, if you read Alexis de Tocqueville, Democracy in America, a book written close to about over 100 years ago, still talks about those problems. So nobody will point the way for any nation. And that's why we as a people must introspect. We must not wait on Western standards to tell us what to do. We too must have a system in place that disabuses politicians from rigging election and doing all sorts. That brings about integrity. These things are African values. All of a sudden, because our selfish interest is concerned, we don't want to have the African value. If you did something wrong in African traditional culture, there was always retribution for it. There was always retribution. In the Yoruba culture, it's called Esan. It's retribution. So let us have systems in place that bring about retribution for election offenders. Moving on to the call, there is no big deal as regards the call. America would align with anybody on ground to have diplomatic relations with Nigeria. As it is today, barring any legal encumbrances, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president-elect. And he'll be sworn in May 29. And Americans need to have relationships. You might talk about the kind of relationships America have. Yes, I can engage you in a debate on that. But I say this was the same America that decided to have a relationship with Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Ngenu was a banga, despite all he did to his people in Zaire. This was the same America that had a relationship with Samuel Doe. This was the same America that had a relationship with Jonas Savimbi. I can go on and on. But for the fact that you think that America will not have a relationship with Nigeria, they would. But it doesn't nullify the fact that there were irregularities in the elections, and that's why they've given out visa ban. And it doesn't nullify the fact that they will keep speaking up for democracy, even if democracy in their own backyard is problematic. But they will have to have a relationship because nature abhors a vacuum. The call is not an endorsement, please, of the elections. Because I see a lot of people try to spin it and say, because Anthony Blinken has called Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's an endorsement of it. No! America, as we speak, is fighting a proxy war for Russia. But they still talk. They still have conversations as we speak. I remember when Russia was about to attack somewhere in the Middle East, they had to call Americans in advance and say, okay, get your troops out of there, we're about to attack the place. Yes, but they are not at peace. But they still talk. So it is not an endorsement of the election. Please, let us not twist things. They call for friendly relations. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is on ground, is president-elect. He will be the one to pick the call. Concerning the attacks, It just goes further to show the massive level of insecurity that pervades the air in Nigeria. The fact that President Muhammadu Buhari came to power in 2015, we had only Boko Haram insurgency, but now every area is inundated with strife and challenge and insecurity. In the east, to the north, to the west. So what legacy of security has it given Nigeria? I don't want to use the failure word, but if I say it, some people will get offended. But I will say it because it's failed as regards the electoral promises of providing security. And that's what we should introspect. So be it an American mission attacked or otherwise, we should introspect as regards the massive insecurity that is across board in Nigeria and how we can solve it and bring economic viability back.
My people, don't be smarting. I hear what you fight talk. Don't be smarting. Don't analyze and don't talk about this whole thing. Where we say we as black, we always look Western world saying that them be the alpha and omega and then they better pass us. Say everything they here, we get our own value and culture for here. Make we know they depend on put mind say na Oyibo people now they get answer to everything. Now here waiting to kind of analyze all this whole thing. Anyway, make una drop on a comment and a visit so matter and make una no forget to like and share. Una do well. See you in our next video. Bye. DJ